Hi, my name is Jeffrey Kim, and my research topic was Parkinson's disease and musical therapy.
Hi, my name is Karen, and my research topic was the chronic stress on first-year college students.
So, I mainly talked about Parkinson's disease and how musical therapy could be used to treat Parkinson's symptoms. So, just a little background on Parkinson's. It's caused from the lack of dopamine in the brain, which is caused by the dopamine producing brain cells to just die off. Right now, scientists don't know why, but we do know that's why Parkinson's disease occurs. So, and then I thought about the symptoms, which are tremors, with shaking. You could lose your ability to speak, and you could also develop something called the Parkinson's gait, where they walk slowly and they have like a hunched back. And I also did this topic because my grandpa suffered from Parkinson's disease. And throughout his life, he really loved music. He played like 4 instruments, and he liked any really genre of music. And he lived a really healthy life, sang in church choir, that kind of stuff. That's why I wanted to do my topic.
Stress. Before I talk about chronic stress, I would like to tell you about stress. So stress is the release of a hormone called cortisol and adrenaline, which rushes through your body when your body feels threatened or like it's under a lot of pressure. So when the release of cortisol and adrenaline courses through your body, it causes your muscles to tense up. It also causes you for your heartbeat to beat faster, and it makes you kind of become a little frantic and rushed. But unlike regular stress, chronic stress is the buildup of emotional pressures that have happened because of a threatening or traumatic moment in your life. This also causes your muscles to tense up, but it happens for a longer period of time, which causes your body to emotionally kind of just decrease.
So, how do we connect our two topics was the big question. And we thought about it for a little bit, and we landed on stress and Parkinson's. So, but not just the individual, but the family too. So, while we were dealing with the last 2 years of his life after a nasty fall, we went through like this massive change in like the span of 2 years. So I moved from Encino to Orange County, which is not that far in perspective, but little kid, moving schools is hard. So I was stressed because of the moving schools, making new friends and all that stuff. But I mean, my parents though, they had it pretty rough. They had to look for a new house, find renters for our old house, and on top of that, help our grandpa get settled into his new nursing home. So throughout that kind of period, my brother and we didn't get stressed really much because we were either too young to know what was happening, or I don't think we really realized what was happening. But my parents were pretty under duress, and my grandma too, because finding nursing homes, visiting him, and then, my dad seeing his dad kind of go through all this stuff. My dad ended up developing diabetes during this time. My grandma's blood pressure shot through the roof, and my dad and mom definitely had a lot of sleepless days and nights thinking about what they're going to do.
So someone who is personally going through a lot of chronic stress can develop these different illnesses. Some of them do consist of diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, but in many cases, because of the amount of emotional buildup, they do develop depression and even suicidal thoughts.
Yeah, so after he stayed in the nursing home, we hopped through like different nursing homes, hospice homes, and then finally he got too bad to a point where he was almost in like a comatose state, and then he passed away a couple of years ago. But after that, it was just dealing with it, right? So my grandma she was already involved in the community, but she really like geared up and like went full on community service mode, and she does so much stuff. She does like, I don't know, multicultural stuff, social justice stuff. think she's even got her hands in like transportation or something like that. But my dad has a new job, USC, and my mom just helps my grandma go through the hard times sometimes. But yeah, I think because it was such a long period of 2 years of kind of deterioration, I think by the time he passed away, we definitely knew it. We knew it was coming. But yeah, now it's getting better.
So someone who is going through a lot of stress and chronic stress, good ways to deal with it or cope with the amount of stress that they are going through, like Jeffrey's grandma, getting involved in the community is a great way to de-stress. Many people also like listen to music for prolonged periods of time. They also like to do yoga, and a lot of people feel like doing exercise or working out helps them de-stress, which is a good way for the body to just release some tension and stress, because with the buildup and the tension that is accumulated in the body, it can help that causes the development of these illnesses to increase. So de-stressing in those methods helps the body. Though many people do believe that stress is unhealthy and bad, stress can also be really good for your body. It helps you go through a time period or a moment in which you feel like you can get through it. It helps you get more energy and it helps you just finish the task that you are working on.
So I think as first year college students, we definitely go through massive stress, right? I mean, it's a huge period of change. You go from living with your parents, living on your own. High school was not too bad, probably, but I mean, classes are more different, you know? And I think through this research what we learned is that everyone goes through stress, but really it's just how you cope and deal with it that kind of defines who you are in a bit. Thank you for listening.